Okay. Very good. So it looks like we're doing pretty good here on TikTok. Looks like we're also doing well on YouTube. Just want to give this a minute to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to tune in. If you guys are tuning in through TikTok and you have any kind of trouble, switch over to YouTube at Ask Ivy and vice versa. All right, so I want to make a couple quick announcements before we go ahead and get started. Some upcoming events. Margin Manor Winery, their Psychic Sundays Psychic Fair is back. These are all certified graduates of the Ivy League Psychic Academy working this event. That's April 24th. Now, that is a full-on in-person event. That's in Appleton, New York. So check it out, Margin Manor Winery, April 24th. You go onto my website. That's in the description above or below. That's Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com to pre-book your reading. She's also taking walk-ins. She's got wine tastings. The place is charming and hauntingly beautiful. I love it out there. So check it out. Also on April 24th is my free class. This is a 3-hour long training called Taste of Psychic Mediumship. And that is available in person or through Zoom. It is very limited seating and it is just about full. So you're going to want to go again to the website above or below in the description and reserve your seat for Taste of Psychic Mediumship. Now, on the 24th, we are drawing the raffle. The $2,100 value, you can win a full Psychic Mediumship course, okay, which is 2 semesters long, and it's amazing. Now, the Psychic Mediumship course starts April 25th. So the very next day, we start with the new group. And you guys can go ahead and get your raffle tickets also up on the website. It's like $5 is one ticket, and I think it's like $20 is 6 tickets, something like that. All right. Also, Ivy's Healing Call Center. We are open 7 days a week. We work internationally. If you need a healing, if you need a reading, if you need a pet reading, you need a past life reading, a paranormal consultation, a life contract reading. The certified graduates of the Academy work astrology, also numerology, everything. You name it, we do it, orographs. So you guys can anytime go on to Ivy's Healing Call Center to get your reading or healing when you need it. No appointment necessary. Now, we did just add 8 new readers and healers, I'm excited to say, so check it out. If you guys have not already done so, register. April 25th, Psychic Mediumship course for the spring semester starts. And we do have tarot with our original tarot teacher, Christina Del Rey, our astrologer and tarot teacher. And that is a video download class. You can go check that out now, but it will become available April 1st. And you have 2 different tier options for that. The Psychic Mediumship course also has 2 different tier options. So you can pay in full, you can pay as you go. You can take tier 1 or tier 2. Tier 1 is video downloads. It's not as in depth. And then tier 2, you get certified. You actually get hands-on practice. And once you get certified, you're able to work for the Ivy League Psychic Academy, and you have lifelong hiring opportunities through us, the call center, monthly psychic fairs, all kinds of things. I'm always putting you guys up for gigs. So check out tarot starting April 1st. If you didn't already do so, I'm teaching Reiki levels 1, 2, and masters this Saturday. You can attend through Zoom. The video download is already up if you just want to do it that way, or you can attend in person. But the registration deadline for Reiki with me is this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you haven't already done so, get yourself registered for Reiki this Saturday. Now, if you get certified with me through the Academy, again, lifelong opportunities to work straight out of the gate, practicing your craft. All right, so it looks like we have a few people tuned in. I did get some thumbs up that my audio and video is good. Let's hope that continues. Again, If you're tuning in through TikTok, you have any trouble, switch over to YouTube at Ask Ivy and vice versa. So welcome everyone. I'm Ivy Rivera. I'm a psychic medium, a Taino Airwalk, and I own a school called the Ivy League Psychic Academy, where I train people internationally in everything, ranging from psychic mediumship development to numerology, astrology, tarot, Reiki, paranormal, empathic work. We train children as well as adults. You name it, we do it. You could check out a full list of my free mini classes I've been putting out here on YouTube at Ask Ivy. Go up in the playlist under mini classes. If you want to get a taste of what we do at the Academy, what you've caught here tonight is my Ask Ivy show. I do this bi-weekly. I will be taking your questions. So you guys are going to post psychic, paranormal, spiritual development, mediumship questions, really anything goes here. My beautiful producer, Destiny, will be taking those questions. Donations are appreciated. If everybody could please give this video a thumbs up right now and also subscribe. If you want to become a member for all kinds of monthly bonuses, your monthly horoscope, behind the scenes, exclusive Ask Ivy shows, hit the join button here on YouTube, and it will give you your tier options. All right, so if you haven't already done so, start posting your questions. And Destiny, whenever you are ready, you can pop up the first one. If you guys need to book a reading or a party with me, you can go onto the website to do so. And also, if you only have like one question, you don't want a full reading, I do take dream analysis and email submissions, okay, intuitive ability assessments, spirit messages. So check those out. All right, so Cool Beans asks, hello, will my brother sign off on a deed before I sell the property? If so, when? Well, are we talking about selling the property when, or are we talking about the deed? This is a long, I don't know if I can get to all this in 3 minutes. Let's see what I'm getting though. I'm seeing 4 months. I'm seeing 7 to 8 months. So it could be very well that he signs off in about 4 months. That could be as soon as 4 weeks, but I'm highly doubting that. I don't want to discount it. 7 to 8 months out, I see some movement with all of this. So essentially the way this is going to look is that you may be able to get him to do that. However, it feels to me like your brother is stubborn. It feels like he is maybe a little angry or bitter. There's something going on in there. I don't want to touch that, but it's an energy that is almost like breaking through a brick wall. It's like getting that wall to come down. So there's probably some level of coercion, and there's some level of repetitivism. Is that a word? Where you have to repeatedly approach him, and it's almost like you're pushing. So if lawyers are involved, or let's say if there's some type of advocacy going on here where you have some help, someone is showing you what forms need to be signed and how and by when, we could possibly get some help there. But I think that it most likely will be done, and I think that we will be seeing movement during those times. Now, this isn't 100% guarantee, because technically this falls into a free will zone. What does that mean? That means your brother, it's up to him, and we can't control what he does. I can tell you that there are 2 destiny charted points, again, at about 3 to 4 months out from now, and then the 7th to 8th month, where there will be activity and there will be good open windows. So what I would recommend if I were you is to have that paperwork ready and push during those times. And I think you'll be happy ultimately with the outcome. Okay, we have another one from A Black. Hi, Ivy. Hello. I've been at a low energy and can't seem to shake it off. Any idea why? Let me see what's going on here. You know, I feel like some of it reminds me of my own seasonal affective disorder. So wherever you live, it's very possible you're not getting enough, I want to say vitamin D. And I can't prescribe or diagnose. I don't know a ton about like other vitamins that you can take to help. I would just recommend things like, again, vitamin D, compensate, more light, even like a little UV light. I have to sit in front of that for at least an hour every day, or I will literally just fall asleep the minute I wake up. I never wake up. I think that you have some of this going on. I also feel some kind of almost like a fist in your back, and this is symbolic of pressure. It's coming more toward the middle of your back, which which is typically about relationship issues, communication problems. This can be happening with those in your inner circle, intimate relationships, but also work, boss, co-worker dynamics. When we have some kind of communication problem going on, we have to understand that it starts affecting the middle of the back all the way into the lower region of the back. And eventually that can actually manifest as some, physical pain or sensations. So you want to be careful with this issue in general. I think that it's more on them. So I don't feel that the communication is your fault as much as it is the people around you feeling that they could take advantage of you and feeling that you're nice. And so they could just sort of not communicate properly, put in as much effort. The reciprocity is not altogether there. And I think that it's time for you, your part of the responsibility in this is speaking up. Clear your throat chakra. Two different parts clearing the throat chakra. Number one is you must speak your truth. Number two is that you did speak your truth. It was disregarded, disrespected, or it was ignored in some way that is causing offense to you. That is also a huge drain on your energy right now. Also, I'm getting a grandmother coming through. Feels like mom energy. You're ringing my ear. You may be very mediumistic. Your left ear, a lot of tinnitus or ringing or pressure in your ear all the time. You got to learn to control your mediumship. It's a little bit off the charts. You got to learn how to turn it on and off. There is definitely worry. You're worrying over things you're not supposed to be worrying about. Okay. These ladies say, and so you're going to have to control your mind better than what you're doing right now. All right. The next one is Felicia. Hi, Ivy. Hi, Felicia. Will I be in a relationship this year? Will it be long lasting? Let me see what I'm getting with this. There's somebody coming in, but he comes to your left, which means he's already been here. So there is somebody coming in who I want to say 2 to 4 months ago. So this person already crossed your path. Let me put it this way. And I'm not talking about your exes, forget the exes. Okay. Been there, done that. Let sleeping dogs lie or dead horses die or whatever the saying is. No, this is someone who has been on your path, meaning keeps crossing. When you have a soulmate connection with someone or you have a karmic contract with someone, you cross paths repeatedly. Half the time you don't even know it happened. And then you come together at some point. You're like, what? We were in the same place at the same time. Like this has been happening my whole life. Yup. And so that's an indicator that this person is connected to your past lives. In astrology, we would call this South Node connection. That means that you have been working together for some time. And it would show up if you were to get like an astrology chart and you would be able to see what you guys did together. Okay. Or like a past life reading with me. I would be able to tell you what you did together. Now, this person who's coming in, because he's, already been here, have also recently crossed your path in this life. And so again, about 2 months ago or so, I would say that if you are on dating sites, you're possibly going to have the same person. I know that on Tinder, they recycle the same people. I don't know. There is an encounter. It feels like it's going to be happening through technology. This individual, though, there are some issues. So in regard to the second part of your question, will it be long lasting? I'm not so sure about that. There could be huge meaning. Thank you for the donations. Thank you, David. Donations appreciated, everybody. There can be huge meaning in a relationship, and there is often one person who's lagging in growth and development. So when the couple comes together, when the opportunity, right, finally surfaces, it can end up kind of being a dud of a situation because somebody isn't willing to contribute in the way that they need to. That's really common to see. And I don't think that you're going to see that here straight out of the gate. But once it hits around 6 to 7 months, you guys are going to hit a pivotal point. That's an opportunity to either come closer together or go further apart. We'll see what you do with it then. I'm hearing Ben or an N sound, N, possibly a short 3-letter name or nickname this person has. All right, next question. Okay. Megan Denarden says, the gut feelings you get about people and places, are they your higher self or your future self sending a warning? Well, that's the same thing. Your higher self is your past self, your past lives self, your current self, your future self. It's all the same thing. So it's really more the question here should be about where it's coming from as a warning. Is it coming mediumistically? Is it coming empathically? Or is it coming psychically? So when I train my students in the psychic mediumship course, their first task about 2 months in, okay, is to properly identify those three sources. And then to also understand if it's coming to you as a warning, how exactly you receive it. Is it physical warnings? Is it physical impressions like ear ringing or burning at the back of your neck? It's usually right ear ringing, actually, when it's a warning. Is it eye twitching? It's left eye twitching. Do you get it through visions? Do you get it through like your clairvoyance, like you see it in your head, like you're watching a movie, how it's going to play out? Does it come through prophecy at night when you're dreaming? You need to figure out your cues. So we can't really answer the second part of that question until we look at every individual warning you get and how you receive it. Okay, that's how it becomes easier to tell where it's coming from. So it's a little more complex than this. All right, then we have a Shauna Dempsey. Hi, Shauna. She says, hi, a spirit named Michael keeps coming up in my readings over the years. Who is it? Okay. Well, that's a super common name. So the minute I saw that, the first thing I thought of was typical. That's as typical as John coming up, or like Smith coming up. However, I do feel that this person is connected more to you. So for you, I think this is someone who's keeping a bit of an eye on your growth and development. I wouldn't be surprised if you go through your family history. It is not at all uncommon to see that we have 1 to 2 ancestors who assist us on our spiritual journey, especially as we get into any kind of healing work for ourselves, for others, light work, everything ranging from energy work to tarot reading to psychic mediumship to chiropractic work, you name it. You're going to have 1 to 2 ancestors who show up for you. And they are also sort of the middleman between you and your guides, you and angels that you work under if you're doing significant healing work. Those are the angels. And they tend to be that person who communicates directly with you, messages or guidance from them as well. So you definitely want to sit down with Michael. You want to have a nice little meeting, a conversation about how he's been helping you, show some gratitude. And I would also ask what's coming up for you. What could you work on? He's definitely one of your go-to people. Very exciting. And we have another one from Gen X Awakening on TikTok. Is new, to their spiritual journey. They asked, are they on the right path? Yes, and there's no real right path for your spiritual journey. People overcomplicate this. Don't let them complicate it for you. The church, the other cults out there, don't shoot the messenger. These religious systems are toxic. Do not base your spiritual evolution and journey on the rigidity of religious organizations that have always used fear to manipulate and control their following and to say it has to be exactly this way, exactly this way, exactly this way. Forget everything you think you know. Your spiritual journey is going to unfold for you in a different way than it will for everyone else. And that's because it's yours. Okay. So everything is part of your spiritual journey. Us sitting here right now, you're like, oh, look, I got a free question answered on this random girl's show. That's pretty cool. This is part of your spiritual journey. When you were eating a sandwich at, lunch at work and like a bird came up to you on the picnic table, like that was part of your spiritual journey. Driving in the car and noticing that you're having a certain kind of thought or insight, that's a spiritual journey. Like there is no right or wrong path. It's all happening always. And you want to embrace everything. Okay. Don't let anybody tell you it has to be a specific way or they're trying to make a buck. Okay. All right. Then we have from the Silly Rabbit. Hi, Ivy. Hi. She says, any advice on how and when I should ask my boss for promotion? So I heard now, and I heard to the past. But I don't think that happened. I think what your work and money guide here is trying to say is that it should have happened or it could have happened recently. So the door for this is open. It's up to your free will, obviously, but it is destiny charted that it should be happening right around this time. I wouldn't wait too much longer. I don't know that your boss is very receptive, but who cares? You don't have to necessarily coerce this person. I think my TikTok froze. Let me go fix this real quick. Okay. Sorry, TikTok. Something I had some weird pop-up. So we're answering this question about whether or not she should be asking for promotion. So I think that the issue with the boss is that they may not like it. That doesn't mean they're not going to do it. And so I think be to the point, very direct, and sort of pull your energy back and detach and let them figure out how they want to do it. I think that they don't want to lose you. That's for sure. So something will be worked out. I also think that if there's some type of negotiation that comes in, where they say, well, can we just give you a little bit less or can it be a little bit less? And this is if, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, it's up to their free will. I see two people with their hands in the pot on this. So if two people get together and they want to find a way to kind of keep you down just a little bit, I think no. That's just my opinion. I think no, don't accept that. You want what you want. This is the discussion that's on the table, and that's the end of the story. If I were you, I'd be careful negotiating down. Okay, then we have one from Vanessa. And thank you again for the donations. Thank you, Shauna Dempsey. Vanessa says, my dog's star had surgery. Does she realize it? And is she going to heal well? Is she happy? Okay, so let's look at Star. Does she realize it? Well, she realizes something happened. I feel her also being very aware of the lower part of her body. So it's almost like my organs, my bathroom area, my legs, paws. She's just very in tuned to all of that right now. And sort of a heaviness, a feeling of like a heaviness or a weighing down. So she may not be moving in exactly the way that she was before. So she's more aware of that than the surgery itself, you could say. Nonetheless, I think maybe you have her on some good drugs, or she was on some good drugs. Yep, she's happy. She's fine. And I feel like keeping her comfortable is a big thing. This dog does not enjoy being uncomfortable. She is sort of acutely aware of that. A lot of animals seem to be oblivious. Children too. Women too, right? Like we're oblivious to pain. But she's not. And so I think if there were situations too where her pain is being irritated because she doesn't have a comfortable space to lay down, take a nap, be with her toys, keep people away from her. Like if there's too much interaction from like other pets or people, coming into her space, she needs a lot of personal space right now. She needs a nice cushy bed and her blanket and her babies. And like, that's it. So give extra attention to that. She also likes light, soft light, and some noise in the background. So if she's been acting a little strange for a while, like the last 4 to maybe 7 months, where you've noticed that if you leave, you feel inspired to leave like some music on for her, some noise, she does like that. And she prefers music to like the toxicity of the TV. Okay. All right. And then we have another one from Sam I Am Okay on TikTok. Said they had a dream. Their front teeth fell out and it was just in their hand. What does it mean? Work change is happening right now, or it is on the way. So when we see the teeth be loosened, chipping off, breaking, it's coming, but you probably still have a couple weeks, maybe even up to a couple months, depending. At that point, though, you really want to start listening. And it's very possible that there's a lot of stuff being behind like the scenes, transfer of hands, maybe the company's being sold off, they haven't announced it yet, something like this. Now, when the teeth full on fall out, the change is here. So this is about your money and this is about your work. This is about your resources, and you want to make sure that you are prepared for anything. But that you also understand that it's destiny charted, that it should be happening this way at this time. So in a way, we could say it's unstoppable. And you're going to definitely want to meet with your work and money guide, sit and talk to your guides. I have a great class up on the website called Meet Your Guides, where I train you in doing this. You're going to want to start talking to your work and money guide, I would say on a daily basis for at least the next couple weeks, and find out for that day, what do I need to know? Is there anything I need to do? Okay. Are we at time, or do we have another one, Destiny? Okay. I am Gigi on TikTok, wants to help others heal. Can you tell her where that fits into her journey? Okay. So when we're talking about your life contract, we are looking at what you signed on to before you came to Earth. This would be the same as your numerology chart. This would be the same as your astrology chart. So I look at life contracts. When I look at it, two of the things I would be looking for is that you either came here with a healer's contract, you came here with a light worker's contract. I think you came here with a healer's contract, and I think that it's a bit sporadic. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that at different times in your life, you may find that you're focusing a lot of time and attention, training and study, research and energy into it. And at other times, not so much. You know, you're kind of doing more traditional kind of work in your life. And that's not to say that you're not using all of the skills and tools that you previously picked up. It's just to say that you're not so heavily invested in the growth part of the process. Where you seem to be right now is in a period of research where for the next, I want to say 4 to 7 months to about a year and a half, a year and 2 months to a year and 5 months, you're going to be pulling information in toward you. Now, what's interesting about this pulling is it's not a lot of work. It's maybe some, time and energy, but it's not a lot of work for you. Healing comes very naturally. You have this in 3 previous past lives. So it's sort of like relearning what you already know. All right. Or getting more comfortable with what you naturally are acclimated to do. But the pulling is coming from resources. So you may find yourself going through 3 different trainings. You may find yourself going through 3 different certifications, or, online study or books and things like this. I think that information is prepping you for the next level up, and what you'll be doing with it, you'll be doing that for 2 years. All right, we have another one coming in. Okay. Christina Hernandez says, hi, Ivy, does Spirit have a message for me? You can just flip the next one up. Christina Hernandez, does Spirit have a message? I feel like you have a grandmother here who pushes your chin up, and I feel like you have a grandfather coming through here, mom's side of the family, but another grandfather coming through here, dad's side of the family, who sort of puts their hands on the right side of your back, upper shoulder area. Okay, so what do these things mean? Grandma is talking about keep your chin up. I feel like you need to be more optimistic about who you are. You need to be more aware of your capabilities. She said something like, I don't make no trash. Okay, and you look at the roots, look at what you came from. All right, like, be more proud of yourself, be more confident in your power, and don't let anyone around you who's like toxic, negative, stagnant, lacking a growth mentality, manipulative, narcissistic, let all these low level energies die off. You're going through a bit of a level up, and you're going to be for the next couple years. Every time you level up, you're going to lose some people. So it's like saying new level, new devil, but it's really like every time the bus stops, somebody's got to get off. In order for a new door to open, another door has to shut. You cannot take everybody with you. And if you're surrounded by people who don't get it, who aren't living in the way of the universe, and you're evolving more and more into that every day deliberately, you need to understand that they could be blocks on your path to freedom. Okay. And the greatness that you're here to achieve in your life. So tune that out, because it's also them that seem to bring your self-esteem, your energy level down. And it's hard to see yourself clearly when you're surrounded by that type of negativity. people who also just don't really celebrate you. You shouldn't keep company with those who don't appreciate every bit of energy and time that you give them. People who maybe see you for what you can offer them, but they're not concerned about what they can offer you. Okay. You give a lot and you deserve to be getting it back. Now, what I feel the grandfathers are showing here is the hand on the right shoulder. This is your power outside, not unlike grandmother's message to you, but this is your power outside, anything on the right. So this is also potentially about you holding yourself back. This is not a time in your life, especially with like work, career, education, training, any advancements that you want to make. You are not to be holding yourself back right now. And so they are pushing and guiding. That's the hand on the back. And they are encouraging it from your power out. Can't do it for you, but they can certainly nudge you in the right direction. They all love you very much. Jessica Santana says, now that my dad has passed, is he still upset with me investigating or interested in past lives and astrology? He was deep in the Roman Catholic Church, and I feel I am betraying him. Right, join the club. We're all such misfits and disappointments to everyone from that era. No, once they pass, they have a complete and total understanding of the truth of the universe, and the church has nothing to do with that. So the minute they pass, even if they were always against mediumship, they are immediately coming to me to be able to communicate with you. He's here today. They no longer have all those stigmas. They've been brainwashed. It's a cult. It's a programming, and many, many people struggle to get out. However, the moment of death is the moment of truth. And so there is almost like an apology coming through. He apologizes for having wanted to hold you back, but it didn't work anyways. So he's proud of you. He said that he actually learned a lot from you. He would never have admitted it. He said, I never would have admitted it. But there were like 3 different things you said, not too long before his passing. One was on astrology, one was on some kind of healing, and one was on like mediumship, or you thought you received a message from someone, or that something was a sign. All of these things meant a lot to him. And in the death process, he actually found comfort in those things. So this is why people, sometimes we have to just keep shining our light. Take it or leave it. They could take it or leave it. But it did affect him in a positive way, and he is grateful for that. He says that you have clairaudience. He also had clairaudience. Part of the reason he may have been so kind of hyper-religious was because of the intuitive abilities he has. So often when we see people who are really super invested in a religion that negates all forms of intuition, it's because they are actually really intuitive, and they're deathly afraid of it because the church or their religion has told them that it's from the devil, which is ridiculous. Okay, but they don't know any better, I guess. Whatever. They don't evolve. So he never conquered that. He never questioned it. He accepted it and just like sheepled his way right through life. And so he is very intuitive, especially with that clairaudient ability. Now that can come from the ringing in the ears, the tinnitus in the ears, the pressure in the ears, anxiety attacks, or random bouts of perfusive sweating. So he has it and you have it. As soon as your ears ring or you notice these other physical cues, he'll be able to put thoughts in your head, song lyrics in your head, and you guys can communicate exactly the way I'm communicating with him right now. He's very proud of you. And he just says that you're strong, you're stoic, and like you never give up. You're very bullheaded and stubborn on what you believe. Good for you. Okay, but he's doing well. Ash. Okay, Ash says, should I go on with getting my GED? I think you have to. And the GED can be a real pain in the rear end. I had to do it too. I was a high school dropout. I feel like you're putting it off. And I feel like a lot of us put it off. I don't know why. Because it's a sensitive time, I guess. That high school part is a sensitive time. If you would have dropped out of college, it's not that big of a deal. It's like I could pick up college at any time, but it's almost like it's daunting. And you may be fearing the amount of energy it's going to take from you, time and attention, study. You may be fearing that you're going to fail, and or that if you do fail, it's somehow a mark on you or your self-esteem, because people will also say, well, it's super easy. There's nothing to it. That's not true either. If you didn't have the backing, how would you know these answers? So there is a certain level of preparation that I think you're going to have to go through, but I think you need to be more confident in pursuing it. And I think that you have a great way of blocking things out and completely shutting down. Like you can tune people out, you can tune out situations, you can tune out stress, and almost like just act like everything's great and go over to the right side of your brain and detach. Okay. Do that. Use that skill. This is a time for you to be like, nope, not thinking about it, not worrying about it. I'm going to mark it on the date. I'm going to go like pay or whatever, set up, however I'm going to get there, and just make sure that you show up. And I think that what it's really going to do for you, because they say you kind of have to, I think it's going to remove a bunch of blocks and obstacles that are in your way right now that you don't even fully understand are there. Good luck. I think it'll go great. So we have one from an M Mahoney 40 on TikTok said, my childhood dog is showing up in my dreams. Do you read animals? What does this mean? Okay, well, it would be great if I had the dog's name. But that's okay. I could just go with the dream itself. Okay, so what does it mean? Well, when our animals are showing up for us, and yes, I do channel animals. So when our animals are showing up for us, what it means is that they are there to either say goodbye. Now, this only really happens recently after they pass, or right before they're going to pass. They'll start coming up through in spirit. But if it's been a significant period of time, they're coming through for healing. So this is significant of some type of Allie. Okay, Allie is the dog. So you're going through a stressful period in your life. You may also be, and I can't prescribe a diagnosis, but Allie mentions like stomach upset. So whether it's like indigestion or acid stomach or something like this, stress, you carry stress in your stomach. You also carry it here in the head. And so Allie is trying to help you relax and to calm down. And she said, and to remember, and that's what animals do. They are the healing energies here on planet Earth that work under the angels. We have empaths and animals working together under the angels. It's the triad. Okay. So she comes and brings this healing energy to you to get you to also refocus and shake some things up. She said, you've got some stuff you're worrying about. You just need to shake off. And you may also be worried about some people around you who maybe you are afraid of creating some kind of discord, they are creating some kind of discord, that they are not being as positive or high level with their energy. You also have to detach from that, shake it off. It's not you, keep your boundaries with people, but she is definitely trying to bring in some uplifting, cleansing energy, and is trying to also make sure that you're focused where you should be, because right now you're kind of like on a treadmill. You're like a hamster on a wheel. You're in a cyclical process in your life right now where you're just sort of like chasing your tail, spinning your wheels, and she wants to help you to see what goals and changes you should be focused on, because your day-to-day lifestyle needs to be improved upon a bit. Okay. And I think that the more you sit and talk with her, the easier it's going to become, because she actually has a lot of solutions for these specific changes that need to happen. And so I would recommend maybe for the next 2-3 weeks, sitting with her every day or every other day for like 10 minutes in spirit and just asking her what she's recommending. She loves you very much. Okay. We are good. All right. Again, thank you for the donations. I see Nicole. Very much appreciated. So you guys, I will be back in 2 weeks for another Ask Ivy. If you become a member, you get the exclusive behind the scenes Ask Ivy, where it's only the members. You get more individual attention. If you guys need to book a reading or an event with me, online or in person, or submit an email question, you can go ahead and do that up on my website, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. Hope to see you guys for classes. Psychic Mediumship course starts April 25th, and Ivy's Healing Call Center available 7 days a week. We just added 8 new readers and healers. If you guys need a reading, you don't have to wait to book it. You can go right to the call center, and that is also up on the website. Thank you, Destiny. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Spirit. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a good night.